Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. All right. So we left off at, let me pull it up. I think chapter 5 or 6. Let's see. Let's go to Jenny. Yes. Chapter 5 worksheet, I think was the last one. Nope. Chapter 6. Chapter 6. Okay, so we are on chapter 7 now. Here we go. Share my screen. There we go.
Okay.
Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Dragon Masters jumped to their feet. King Roland swept into the room. He was a big man with red hair and a bushy beard. He walked right up to Drake. Drake was so nervous he was shaking. "This is my new Dragon Master?" he asked. "Yes, your Highness," said Griffiths. The king frowned. He scared me.
Yeah, he frowned. The ow, ow.
Drake felt like sinking into the floor. The king turned to Griffiths. "Explain this to me, wizard. My strongest man cannot control dragons. Why is it that this children?" "It is the way of the Dragonstone," Griffiths said. "It is my mystery. It is given to me." Hump?
Yeah. It's like a
Hump?
snort.
Snarled the king. "Very well, then I shall leave my hands army." Drake wondered. King Roland looked at Dragon again. "Then let me down, boy," he said. Then he and the soldier left. Everyone sat back down. The kings were scared Drake. "What will happen if I do let him down?" Drake wondered. He had a feeling it wouldn't be good. They took Drake to their room. There was a bed and a wood for each of them. There was also a desk for them to share. A jug of water sat on the table. Instead, pointing, Drake climbed into bed.
Yep.
The window. Drake looked over at Boo. He was already sleepily. Drifted
Yes.
off to sleep too. All of a sudden he was in a dark cave. The air in the cave felt warm. It smelled like a deep, rich dirt where the onions grow. Green eyes glowed in the darkness. Warm was in the cave, and behind him were other dragons. They all had the same brown scales and green eyes.
Yes. And this one is glowed because remember on our ED words, right? So let me cover this with this hand. Glow is the base word,
Yeah.
right? So glow by itself is a word. Ed is our suffix to show that it happened in past tense. But when we have an ed suffix, we do not pronounce the E. So it would be glowed. So
Okay.
just the duh right after. Yes. But like, awesome so far. Jenny killing it with the reading. Here we go.
A loud explosion shook the cave. Smoke filled the air. Worm let out a cry. The dragon slithered
Yes.
across the cave floor, looking for a way out. Draco woke up in his bed, dripping sweat. That was some nightmare, he thought. It felt so real.
Yep. And we are also going to read chapter 8 because your assignment this week is not to do worksheets, but then to go back through these pages. And I am going to send them to Miss Linda. But your assignment is to find all of the adjectives.
Yeah.
And to write them down. So like, for example, here, right?
Yeah.
Red would be an adjective. It describes his hair. Bushy would be an adjective. It describes his beard. Right?
Yeah.
Yes. And so, you know, you are going to go through and find all the adjectives that you can from these chapters and write them down, and then study them, and we will go through them next time, like before we start reading. Sound good? Okay.
Yeah.
Because we are currently on adjectives, and after adjectives, we are going to move on to it's adverbs. So, okay, here we go. Flying practice.
After breakfast the next morning, Draco went back underground with Griffiths and the other Dragon Masters. Why do we train all the way down here? Draco asked as they walked. Oh. Don't you know, Rory said. We're secret. Secret.
Mm-hmm. Yes, secret.
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 No one knows the dragons are here. No one knows the Dragonstone is real. And no one knows about us. Draco looked at the wizard. It is true, Griffith said. The king does not want others to know about the dragons. Because he's building a dragon army, Drake asked. That is the king's business, not ours, said Griffith. He opened the door to the hallway of dragon caves. Collect your dragons, we are going outside today. Hooray! Yelled Anna, Rory, and Bo. Oh, won't someone see us if we go outside? Asked Drake. No, we will be hidden in the valley of clouds, said Anna. Get warm. Draco ran through the winding highway to Worm's cave. Worm raised his head and looked at him. It reminded Draco of his nightmare. He shivered.
Yes. Yes. So it's raised and reminded.
Reminded.
Yes.
Come on, Worm, we are going outside.
Sorry.
Dragon said as he opened the gate. Worm crawled out of his cave. Griffith led them down a dark tunnel.
Yep. Tunnel.
Tunnel.
This U is an sound.
Oh. Tunnel. The tunnel.
Very good.
Opened into a bright field of grass. Tall hills rose up on all sides. The sun chilled Anna. She
Twirled.
twirled around. Draco looked up at the sun and smiled. So what do we do out here? He asked. Anna grinned. We fly. She said.
Patted.
Patted.
Now this one is going to pronounce the ED because we have our base word is, and this is the only time that you will hear the E. The base word is pat. But to create with these types of words, when you double the letter to add the suffix, then you do pronounce the E. So this will be patted, ed. So you were correct. But I wanted you to know that that is why. So most of them, like cheer, this one will have no E sound because the base word is cheer and the end letter does not double, right? It stays one R at the end. Right, but this one, the base word is pat, but they doubled the letter, so you do pronounce the E. So, okay, you can.
Okay. On the head, show him, girl. Capri raised her long up. She looked and swirled.
Because the base word is swirl. So it's swirled. I know, it sounds weird, right?
Yeah. Draco watched her, shading his eyes from the sun. He had never like it. Wait till you see Vulcan fly. Vulcan, circle. Vulcan flapped.
Yeah.
His beak. Red wings, he flew up into the sky and circled the fish. Wow, Drake said. He looked over at Boo. Your dragon doesn't have wings, but can she fly too? He asked. Boo nodded. She does not need wings, he said. She'll please fly. She floated above the grass.
Yep.
It's like she's swimming through the air, Drake said. Yes, said Bo. How she flies is very much like how one swims. She can ride the wind. Draco looked at Worm. His tiny wings did not look could lift him. What about Worm? Asked. Can you fly too? Worm just started at Drake. He didn't flap his wings. He didn't even move. It's okay, Drake said. He thought of how scared Worm had been in the nightmare. We can. Drake sat on the grass. He put a hand on Worm's back. The dragon moved a little closer to him. Suddenly, the dragon's tongue felt warm on Drake's skin.
Yes.
He looked down. It was glowing.
Ooh, it was glowing, yes. You had it correct the first time. Good job, Jenny.
Thank you. Drake looked around. Griffiths was standing over with the others. Dragon must. None of their stones were glowing. Why is my stone glowing? Am I doing something wrong? Draco quickly talked.
Good.
His dragon stone inside his shirt.
Yes.
Then he went back to watching the other dragons fly across the sky.
Yes. And I actually have to come back and correct myself because this one has a double P, even though the base word is flap, but this is pronounced flapped instead flapped. Yes.
Yeah.
And so I think it is only with certain, I will have to give you a list. I will find it. I have it somewhere, of certain vowel and consonant pairings that will result in a silent E, right? So, because we saw this has no double, right? So it's going to be silent E, but this one has two ends. The base word is grin, but this one also has a silent E, grinned.
Grinned.
Flapped.
Flapped.
But then you go over to this one, patted.
Patted.
Yes, I think what it is when you have pat, T is such a aspirated is the word. I don't know an easier word to say it. T is very like strong. You aspirate the sound. There is a lot of air that comes out. That is what aspirated means. It's a heavy, full of air sound. And so I think because of that, if I remember correctly, that is why this one pronounces the E, because it just sounds natural. There is another hard consonant sound that will also result in pronouncing the E, but I cannot remember what it is right now. I will make sure that I look that up for you in my study resources. That way you can practice with those, because I know for Koreans, R's and L's are really hard, and also E's at the end of words are difficult sometimes because Korean pronounces all the vowels, right? Which I love because Korean is so pretty. It sounds so nice. But it is not that way for English. Okay, we actually have more time than I thought we would, so we can go ahead and do your adjective search right now. Yeah. So you can just go through and tell me, and we will mark it down. Let me open up my notepad so that I can make sure I'm writing down all the ones you tell me. Okay.
Can you speak adjective spelling?
Yes, I sure can. Adjectives are spelled A-D J E-C.
J?
Yes.
J
E C
C
T
T
I
I
V.
V.
Yes. E.
E.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I think I have adjectives written down as a word. I pulled it out earlier. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, a word that describes.
Word.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, it is a word that describes.
Yes.
And what it is describing is a noun. N-O-U-N. And a noun is a person, place, or thing. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So our adjectives, remember last time we talked about, we had our can, right?
Yeah.
And we could perceive or see with our senses. So we could see the can, we can hear the can, we can smell it, we can taste what is in the can, and we can feel the can, right? So anything that you can perceive or know something about with your 5 senses will most likely be an adjective. Or as you guys in Korean grammar call it, a descriptor. And I don't remember the word for it, but it translates to descriptor or something that describes. Okay, so let's start. On this page, what is the first adjective that you see?
Bushy.
Huh? Okay, we're going from left to right. So here, for example,
big.
Yep, because it is describing a man, which is a person.
Yeah.
Yep. So our first one will be big. And what's next?
Red.
Good.
Beard. Bushy.
Yep, bushy.
Bushy.
Yep, bushy. Correct. And that is all that is on this page.
Yeah.
So is more of an adverb sort of type deal. It is not an adjective. You cannot perceive so with your senses. Okay.
New.
Good. Sometimes the adjective can come after the noun. So here, he is, and he is describing him.
Scrawny.
Yes. Oh, come to me. Oh, my note thing. Why do you make this difficult for me, notepad? I will move you over here. There we go. All right. So after scrawny, right, we go through and no description yet until
Strongest.
Yep.
Y is plus EST.
Why is it that these children, why is it with EST?
Yeah.
So he is strong, right? Strong being the adjective.
Yeah.
EST is a modifier. So an adjective modifier to describe what level. So you will have, say, big, bigger, biggest. Strong, stronger, strongest. So we've got strong, stronger, strongest. Like that. And that is est is a suffix that modifies our adjective. Yes. Normally, you will find that with things like stuff that describes height, weight, or strength of something, right? That describes your capabilities or physical attributes, right? You can even do that for red. You have red. This one was redder. This one was the reddest apple I ever saw. It is just to emphasize how much of a descriptor it is. So you could have 3 apples.
Yeah.
They are all red, and one is red, but you have to use comparison, and this is what they are. They are comparison suffixes, right? So you are comparing the different people. He has his men, right? So he has more than one man. So he needs to describe a specific group out of all of his men. So then he has to use his comparative suffix on his descriptor so that you know which one out of his men that he is comparing that he is talking about, right? The same with our anything that you hear: loud, louder, loudest. Compare. And that is why you will have, and you can write that down if you want to. You have, and you will write it like, let me show you my screen then, the entire screen, so that you can see what I am writing also. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going to share the screen. Now you can see the whole screen, even yourself in the corner. Say hi to yourself, Jenny. Hi, Jenny. Can you see this over here?
Yes.
Okay. So let me come down. So comparative suffixes for adjectives. Okay. It's going to end in ER and then EST. Yes. As an example, red being the basic version. Oh, it's red. It's in its simplest state of being, right?
Yeah.
It's just like every other one. Then it is redder. This is one of those examples where you double the letter at the end to put ER. Then you have the reddest. Right? Or another good example would be strong, stronger, strongest.
Strongest.
Yep. And so you are comparing them. You've got this guy, and he's strong, right? He's strong.
Yeah.
And you got another guy standing right next to him. You have 3 people on the stage. They're in a muscle man competition. This guy, he's strong. Is he going to win?
Yeah.
No, because there is someone that is stronger than him, right?
Yeah.
And so, but is that guy going to win?
No.
No, because he is not the strongest. Oh, so strong.
Wow.
the strongest guy will win, because if you compare the three of them, he is the best. Yes, he's on stage. He's like, "Nega che chalaga. I am the best."
Wow. Wow.
Oh,
Surprise.
I love that song, by the way. But yes, this is how we do our adjectives. Unfortunately, our time is up, but I will send the pages so you can finish writing down the adjectives on your own.
Yeah.
And I will see you next time.
Okay.
All right. Bye, Jenny.
Bye.